Sometimes the clouds break and everything's okay. Now it's gray, pumpkin away. There we stood on each side of the tracks. Cast a line over the papers. I could say there was in Bartley.
Thanks for stopping by. Appreciate it as always. Against the advice of all of my lawyers, we're gonna lay down a douche-isode right here, right now. Now, if you've not been here for a douche-isode in the past, pretty much you just need to see one. Actually, probably just maybe like 5 minutes of one, and then it's just the same thing over and over again. Every album sounds the same, from what I understand, and it's very repetitive. Same artists over and over again. So bear that in mind. If this is your second time here, probably just grab a beer and just hang out in the kitchen if you'd like. Otherwise, I'm going to show some records. Got mostly new records here, new-ish. Your 2023 releases. Then there is a reissue of a classic album from 1998 that's been reissued for the first time on vinyl. That I will show also at the end of this video. If you also are not aware, there are chapters. Generally speaking, there's always chapters. You don't have to suffer. You can just skip to what you want to see. Or you can look at the chapters, realize there's nothing you want to see, and then get the hell out of here. That's cool as well. That's what they're there for.
I'm not sure I understand.
It also feels like, I think it's possible that slipper season is over. I know that some people, namely Steve Carlson, always needs to wear slippers because he's got some, his toes are always cold. No matter how hot it is outside, his toes are always cold. Let's talk about Tanukichan. Tanukichan? Bay Area, San Francisco musician Hannah Van Loon. Second LP called Gizmo on Company Records. This came out, I don't know, a couple months ago. Produced by Toro E. Moi, who also produced her debut record, I think from 2018. This is shoegaze. She has kind of a hushed vocal style, and on here it's heavily distorted, kind of chunky guitar sound on most of it. There are a lot of other 90s alternative influences abound, including there's even one track that you would say has like trip hop influences. That. So this one has definitely grown on me over time. I think it's very good. I think if you're interested in shoegaze or dream pop or some other varieties of 90s alternative music, indie rock, it's worth checking out. I definitely think some people will have a hard time with that. It's that kind of hushed, buried vocals, and female vocals that some people just don't like. Here's the inner sleeve. It has words, handwritten words. Anyway, Tanukichan, Gizmo, Hannah Van Loon, Company Records.
Circle
Okay, this is the most recent release that just came out this week. This is a band we talked about before, just about everything. We just very repetitive here. This is the Auckland, New Zealand kind of, we'll say, we're gonna call it post-punk. You can call it whatever you want. Yeah, they're called Guardian Singles. And the album is called Feed Me to the Doves. I would say just moderately poppy post-punk, very often in multiple places compared to, or parallels drawn to Mission of Burma. In fact, even on the hype, who's the hype sticker say? Mission of Burma, The Sound, The Wipers, things like that. Some songs are really fast, aggressive. Others more angular and maybe a little bit more introspective. I don't know. Show you the inner sleeve that comes with this. Yeah, I think 4-piece. I think that post that first record that we talked about a couple years ago, the lineup has kind of stabilized, and this group on this record has been touring together, or playing live and performing for more than a year, a couple years maybe. So it's kind of a more stable lineup. Anyway, some of the songs I would say, again, this just came out. I've probably listened to it 4 times. Maybe there's a couple songs that I don't like as much as others. Might change for me over time. But if you're into this kind of stuff, worth giving a check. Guardian Singles, Feed Me to the Doves.
I run into your burning buildings. Straight past our water cooler and a goldfish. Got a photo on my wall of you, it stares at me all of the time. It stares at me all the time. I get some peace of mind. You ripped out your heart tonight. So take a bit of mine. Tell me when the beat goes on.
Next up, this is debut LP. A group with, I guess, technically 2 members. One from Toronto, Canada, and one from Los Angeles. The record came from Canada. The name of this debut record, the name of the artist is called Vanity Mirror, and the album is called Puff on We Are Busybodies Records. This is retro psychedelic pop. These guys were in, is it Electric Looking Glass? If I'm wrong, I'll put it up here. That which I think is considered like a Los Angeles psychedelic pop group. This has, influences like the Kinks, early Small Faces, Emmett Rhodes, Paul McCartney. Elephant Six comes to mind at times. That's kind of what drew me to this, but I feel like I saw comparisons to Olivia Tremor Control being made. It's just not quite maybe weird. It's not as weird as I would have hoped, but still has some gems and is, again, worth giving a listen if that sounds interesting to you. Psych pop. Is a little bit twee. Again, I would say, which for something with some Elephant Six influences is not surprising. This one's just on some pretty stunning, delicious black vinyl on this one.
Doesn't know when Friday's done. Nothing left better in time. Oh, what's better is better is never better on time.
Next, we've got another sophomore LP from an artist called Devon Church. The album is called Strange Strangers on Felt. This is another 2023 release. He was formerly, Devon Church was formerly in a dream pop duo called Exit Music. And then he released a solo LP, which I have strangely I have the CD of. I can't remember. I can't remember the name of it, of his debut LP. But anyway, that is a much more, almost a electronic dream pop album. This is a bit of a departure. This is more like, think Leonard Cohen's Death of a Ladies' Man, or like Mark Lanegan comes to mind. People with really like very gruff, like a gruff voice. That definitely Death of a Ladies' Man, big time comes to mind. Leonard Cohen, which I think I like that album on a level higher than what most people think. I regard it more highly than other people think. So maybe I'm a little bit easier on this. I feel like if you are lukewarm on Leonard Cohen's Death of a Ladies' Man, you are not going to like this at all. It's like, it's very, at points, extremely reminiscent of Death of a Ladies' Man. I think, I would say, it's the inner sleeve. I'm not sure. This on like teal. I'm not sure completely how I feel about this. Some of it I like, and then also as a devout Satanist that I am, there seems to be a lot of Christian imagery, or in the lyrics. I'm not really. As a Satanist, I'm not super comfortable with how forward he is in that regard. His name is Devon Church. So, but it's okay. Again, if you don't like Leonard Cohen, like I'm going to say Mark Lanegan, like some of Mark Lanegan's solo records, perhaps even the ones that he did with Isabel Campbell, like that kind of thing comes to mind at different points. Anyway, Devon Church, Strange Strangers.
And where the bacteria is, Lord, if I find a way to your superposition, promise you'll whisper to me the number I'm thinking. Surely stranger things have happened. Surely stranger things occur.
Next, this is the 25th anniversary of this album, and this is the first time this is being released on vinyl. This was originally released CD only on Sub Pop Records in 1998. This reissue is on New West Records. It's the Pernice brothers, Overcome by Happiness. This is their debut album as the Pernice brothers. This is, a post Scud Mountain Boys release. I think Joe Pernice, the singer and the leader of Pernice Brothers and Scud Mountain Boys, he had some amount of solo LPs, and then also released under the name Chappaquiddick Skyline which was released on Sub Pop also. I think that was right before this, but I might have that flipped. But then primarily has been releasing music, not only as Pernice Brothers, but primarily as Pernice Brothers post this. This is very like beautiful, lush chamber pop versus what had been, you know, what Scud Mountain Boys was 70s country, Uncle Tupelo inspired type, like country rock. This is more inspired by the Beach Boys, or that kind of you know, more, yeah, chamber pop, zombies, but not psychedelic at all. Beach Boys. Very beautiful, beautifully arranged songs. There's even like the orchestra, like an orchestra I think plays on here at points. But the lyrics are very melancholy. Not as on the nose depressing as Joe Pernice can sometimes be, but still just masterful, sad bastard writing. Crestfallen, overcome by happiness, clear spot, monkey suit, wait to stop. It's just chock full of hits. Yeah, released in 1998, like I say. Here's the inner sleeve. Yeah, there's a large orchestra that performs on some of the tracks in some places. Just some black vinyl there, which is one of the most beautiful things in the world. Anyway, if you weren't aware this is being released and you were a fan, now you know it's been released. This is yet another one. How many times am I going to talk about the Pernice Brothers? This is probably the 4th time. Maybe next week we'll talk about them again, because every douche-sode is the same. So, yeah, Overcome by Happiness, Pernice Brothers, 1998. If you're not familiar, maybe check it out if it sounds like something you'd like.
Thought I was fine, then it breaks me without a sign. It's hard to read a simple mind. Leaves me looking back for a thing I never find. It's a long way to fall when you find out how it never was. It's a long way to fall when you find out that it never happened at all.
Anyway, thanks for stopping by. Hope you're able to grab a meat stick while you're here. I forgot to mention last week, a couple weeks ago, I did go to San Francisco. I had mentioned I was going to try to do that. I wound up seeing An Attendant Anna and Chime School. It's a absolute delight. Thrilled to be there. This is actually the An Attendant Anna t-shirt, which I was given by Camille. I tried to buy it and she just wouldn't accept my money. So that was nice. Yeah, I contemplated trying to go to another one of the shows on the tour, but couldn't make it happen. Yeah, I posted some short clips when I was intoxicated, you know, on Instagram. If you follow me on Instagram, you may have seen something there. I figure though, most people don't follow me on there, so which is totally, trust me, you're way better off. Let's see. Yeah, I'll probably be back. I don't know, maybe not next week. Probably next week, but if not next week, the week after that. It is Memorial Day here in the United States. Memorial Day weekend here in the United States. If you celebrate that, happy Memorial Day. If you live in Canada, you had Victoria Day last week, right? I don't know. Anyway, cheers. Take care.
That's what it's all about.
If you're curious or confused, get information or a pamphlet at most pharmacies or a health clinic. If you need help, see a doctor.